I knew something was wrong when I saw the suitcase. Not our weekend bag. The big one. The one we bought for our honeymoon in Greece 5 years ago. Elena stood in our bedroom, folding sweaters with the kind of precision she only used when she was avoiding eye contact. Going somewhere? I asked, setting my laptop bag down slowly. She didn't look up. Marcus, we need to talk. Those 4 words. Every married man's nightmare. I sat on the bed, our bed, watching her pack my life away one cashmere blend at a time. Is this about last week? Because I said I was sorry about missing dinner. It's not about dinner. She finally looked at me. Her eyes were red, but not from crying. From deciding. I'm leaving. The word hung between us like a blade. Leaving for where? Just leaving. I'll stay with Sophia for a while. I stood up. Elena, what's going on? Talk to me. She zipped the suitcase. The sound was final. I've met someone. My chest went cold. You, what? His name is Thomas. From Group, the grief counseling sessions she ran at the community center, where broken people went to glue themselves back together. You're leaving me for someone from your grief group? She flinched. Don't say it like that. How should I say it? He understands me, Marcus. He understands loss. I laughed. It came out bitter. Loss? What loss? Your father died 15 years ago. You've processed that. You teach other people to process that. It's not about my father. She grabbed her purse. It's about connection, emotional availability, things you wouldn't understand. Try me. She shook her head. Thomas lost his wife 6 months ago. Car accident. He's drowning, Marcus, and I can help him. By what? Leaving your husband? By being with someone who actually feels things. She snapped. Do you know what it's like living with someone who treats emotions like a software bug to debug? That stung. I feel things, Elena. When? When was the last time you cried? When was the last time you let yourself be vulnerable? I don't need to cry to prove I have emotions. Thomas does. Thomas isn't afraid to show his pain. Thomas sounds like he needs a therapist, not my wife. She picked up the suitcase. I'm done explaining myself. I blocked the doorway. Not aggressively, just desperately. Elena, please, let's talk about this. We can go to counseling. I am a counselor, Marcus. I know when something's dead. We're not dead, aren't we? She looked around our bedroom. When was the last time we really talked? Really connected? You come home, you work, you sleep. I might as well be furniture. That's not fair. Thomas sees me. Really sees me. Thomas met you 5 weeks ago, and he's shown me more emotional intimacy in 5 weeks than you have in 5 years. I stepped aside. What else could I do? Beg? Fight? For what? Someone who'd already chosen another man's tears over our life together? She walked past me, trailing perfume and finality. At the front door, she paused. I'm sorry, Marcus. I really am. But I can't keep living half a life. And Thomas gives you a whole one? She nodded. He needs me. I need you too. She smiled sadly. No. You need someone to manage your calendar and remember your mother's birthday. That's not the same thing. The door closed. I stood there in our entryway, staring at the space where my marriage used to be. Then I went to the kitchen, poured 3 fingers of whiskey, and tried to understand how I'd lost my wife to a man who cried better than I did. But something nagged at me, the way she'd said his name. Thomas. Like a prayer. Like salvation. Like someone who'd been drowning and suddenly found air. I'd seen that look before. In her group sessions, when particularly charismatic members would hold court, drawing the vulnerable into their orbit, she'd warned me about them. The emotional vampires, the grief addicts, the ones who wore their pain like cologne. But Thomas was different, apparently. Thomas was special. Thomas needed her. I finished my whiskey and poured another. Outside, her car started. Drove away, and I sat in our empty house, wondering why saving a grieving widower was worth destroying a living husband. I should have asked more questions. I should have paid attention to the warning signs. But that night, all I felt was the sting of being left for a man who'd mastered the art of performed pain. I had no idea how much worse it would get. I saw them at the farmer's market 3 weeks later. She wore the sundress I'd bought her for our anniversary. He wore grief like an expensive suit. Marcus? My friend Derek nudged me. You okay? Fine, I lied, watching them browse organic tomatoes like they were selecting wedding rings. Is that Elena? Yeah. Who's the guy? Her new project. Thomas touched her lower back, guiding her toward the flower stand. She leaned into him, whispering something. He shook his head, eyes downcast, playing the broken widower perfectly. I'm going over, I said. Derek grabbed my arm. Bad idea. Just to say hi. Marcus, I was already walking. Elena saw me first. Her face went through 3 expressions: surprise, guilt, defiance, before settling on forced politeness. Marcus, hi. Elena. I nodded at Thomas. You must be the grieving widower. Thomas looked up. Blue eyes, sharp despite the practiced sadness. Thomas Ashford. You're Marcus. The abandoned husband, yes. Ellen aside. Marcus, don't what? Make accurate introductions? Thomas stepped forward slightly. Protective. Calculated. Elena's told me about you. I'm sorry for the situation. Which situation? Your wife dying or you stealing mine? Marcus. Elena snapped. What? We're all adults here. Let's be honest about what's happening. Thomas touched Elena's arm. It's okay, sweetheart. He's hurting, sweetheart. 3 weeks and he was already using pet names. I'm not hurting, I said. I'm curious. How long after your wife died did you start trolling grief groups for replacements? Thomas flinched. Good, but he recovered quickly. I understand your anger. Do you? Did your wife leave you for someone she'd known for 5 minutes? 6 months, Thomas said quietly. What? Rebecca died 6 months ago. Not 5 minutes. His voice cracked perfectly on her name. Every day feels like drowning. Elena. She threw me a lifeline. Elena melted. Actually melted. Her hand found his. How did she die? I asked. Thomas looked away. Car accident. Rainy night. She was coming home from her sister's. I'm sorry, I said, not meaning it. That must have been devastating. It was. He squeezed Elena's hand. I thought I'd never feel anything again. Then Elena what? She made me believe I could survive this. By leaving her husband? By following her heart, Elena interjected. Something you never understood. I understood plenty. I just didn't perform it for audiences. Thomas straightened. I'm not performing anything. No? The downcast eyes, the voice crack on your dead wife's name, the perfectly timed hand squeeze. You sure? Marcus, stop, Elena warned. What kind of car was she driving? Thomas blinked. What? Your wife? What kind of car? Why does that matter? Humor me. I'm grieving too, remember? A Honda Civic, he said after a pause. What color? Blue. Navy or light blue? Marcus, what are you doing? Elena demanded, just making conversation. Thomas understands. Grief makes us fixate on details, doesn't it, Thomas? Thomas's jaw tightened. Navy. Interesting. Was she driving alone? Yes. Coming from her sisters, you said? Yes. Which sister? She had 2, right? Something flickered in Thomas's eyes. Just for a second. Sarah, he said carefully, not Lisa. No, Sarah. Elena pulled at Thomas's arm. We should go. In a minute, sweetheart, Thomas said, not breaking eye contact with me. Marcus is just processing. I am processing, I agreed. Processing how a man who lost his wife 6 months ago is already calling another woman sweetheart. Grief doesn't follow timelines, Thomas said smoothly. Neither does manipulation. Okay. That's enough. Elena stepped between us. Marcus, you need to leave. Public market, Elena. I have every right to be here. Then we'll leave. She turned to Thomas. Come on. Thomas didn't move. Still watching me. It was nice to meet you, Marcus. I hope you find peace. I hope you find whatever you're really looking for. His smile was cold. I already have. They walked away, Elena's arm through his, her head on his shoulder. Derek appeared beside me. Dude, that was intense. Did you see it? See what? The performance. Every word, every gesture. Calculated. Derek shrugged. I don't know, man. Seemed pretty broken up about his wife. Exactly. Seemed. Marcus. I need to know more about Thomas Ashford. Why? I watched them disappear into the crowd, Elena laughing at something he said. When was the last time she'd laughed with me? Because something's not right. And Elena's too blinded by his tears to see it. Derek sighed. Let it go, man. She made her choice. Maybe. But I couldn't shake the feeling that her choice was going to get her killed. I was 3 whiskeys deep at Murphy's when she found me. You're Marcus Reed? I looked up. A woman in her 40s, nervous energy, kept glancing at the door. Who's asking? Sarah Winters. I was Rebecca Ashford's sister. My glass stopped halfway to my mouth. Thomas's dead wife? She slid into the booth across from me. Can we talk, please? It's important. About what? About your wife. She's in danger. I set the glass down. I'm listening. Sarah pulled out her phone, showed me a photo. A woman who looked disturbingly like Elena. Same build, same hair color, same smile. This was Rebecca. My sister, she looks like Elena. They always do. They? Sarah glanced around again, then leaned in. How much do you know about Thomas? Grieving widower. Wife died in a car accident 6 months ago. That's what he tells people. It's not true? Oh, she died in a car accident, but there's more to it. The bartender approached. Sarah waved him off. The night Rebecca died, she continued. She called me, crying. Said she was leaving Thomas. Why? She'd found something, documents about his previous wives. My blood went cold. Wives, plural? 3 before Rebecca, all dead. All accidents. I'm saying Thomas Ashford is a professional widower, and your wife is next. I pushed my drink away. Why didn't you go to the police? I did. They said I was grieving, seeing patterns that weren't there. He's very good at what he does, which is marrying vulnerable women, isolating them, taking out life insurance policies, then... She mimed a cutting motion across her throat. Jesus! Rebecca found the insurance papers. Multiple policies all in his name. That's when she knew. So she tried to leave. She called me at 9 p.m., said she was packing, coming to stay with me. By 11 p.m. she was dead. Single car accident. Rainy night. No witnesses, but the police found nothing suspicious. Thomas had an alibi. He was at a bar with friends, grieving their troubled marriage. How convenient. Sarah grabbed my hand. Listen to me. Really listen. Your wife, Elena? She fits the pattern. Mid-30s, professional, empathetic. Previous loss in her life? Her father. 15 years ago. That's his type. Women who understand grief. Who want to fix broken things. How long does he usually wait? 6 months to a year. Long enough to seem devoted. Short enough to collect. Why are you telling me this? Because I couldn't save Rebecca. But maybe I can save Elena. She won't listen to me. Thinks I'm jealous. Then make her listen. Show her this. Sarah pulled out a folder. Copies of everything I found. Marriage certificates. Death certificates. Insurance payouts. 4 women, Marcus. All dead within 2 years of saying, I do. I flipped through the papers. Names, dates, photos. All the women had the same look, Elena's look. Christ. The car accident? Rebecca's brake lines were suspicious. Mechanic mentioned it. But the car burned, so no proof. This is insane. No, this is Thomas. Sarah stood up. I have to go. He doesn't know I'm in town. Wait. You said he was at a bar when Rebecca died. Which bar? Murphy's, actually. Right here. With 3 friends who swore he never left. Convenient friends. Very. One of them owns a auto repair shop. She headed for the door, then turned back. Marcus? Don't confront him directly. He's dangerous when cornered. What should I do? Save the evidence. Watch Elena, and when she starts getting sick... Sick? He likes to start slow. Little things, fatigue, dizziness, makes them dependent. Easier to control. Poison? Nothing traceable. But Rebecca was healthy as a horse until she met Thomas. Then suddenly she was always tired, always weak. Until she found the papers. And suddenly got her strength back. Funny how that works. Sarah left. I sat there staring at the folder. 4 women. 4 accidents. 4 payouts. And Elena was about to be number 5. I pulled out my phone, started to call her, then stopped. She wouldn't believe me. Not without proof, But maybe I didn't need her to believe me. Maybe. I just needed to keep her alive long enough to see the truth herself. I ordered another whiskey and started planning. Thomas Ashford had killed 4 women. He wasn't getting Elena. Not on my watch. I almost didn't recognize her in the produce section. Elena stood weighing apples, but something was off. She'd lost weight, too much, too fast. Her hands shook slightly as she picked through the fruit. Elena? She jumped, dropping an apple. It rolled across the floor, stopping at my feet. Marcus. Her voice was thin. You startled me. I picked up the apple, walked closer. Dark circles under her eyes. Makeup couldn't quite hide them. You okay? I'm fine. Great, actually. She took the apple, avoiding my touch. Thomas and I are really happy. You don't look happy. What's that supposed to mean? You've lost weight. I'm just busy, work, you know? I noticed her sleeve right up as she reached for another apple. Purple marks circled her wrist. What happened there? She yanked the sleeve down. Nothing. Doesn't look like nothing. I fell. On your wrist? Why are you interrogating me? Because you look terrified, Elena. She glanced around like she was checking if anyone was watching. I'm not terrified. Thomas takes good care of me. Does he? Yes, he's wonderful. Then why are you shaking? She hugged herself. I'm cold. It's 70 degrees in here. Marcus, please, just leave it alone. I stepped closer. Has he hurt you? No, God, no. Thomas would never. Then what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Too loud. A couple nearby looked over. She lowered her voice. Everything's perfect. You're lying. I'm not. The Elena I know doesn't shake like a leaf in grocery stores. Maybe you never knew me. Maybe. Or maybe something's happening that you can't talk about. She went still. What does that mean? It means I'm worried. Don't be. I'm fine. Are you? Because you look sick. I've just been tired lately. Sarah's words echoed in my head. When she starts getting sick, have you seen a doctor? Thomas says it's just stress. Thomas says a lot of things. Her eyes flashed. Stop it. Stop what? Making him sound sinister. He loves me. Like he loved Rebecca? She flinched. That's cruel. Is it? Or is it relevant? His wife died in an accident. Did she? Elena grabbed her cart. I'm not doing this. Elena, wait. No, you're jealous. You can't stand that I'm happy without you. Happy? You're jumping at shadows. Leave me alone, Marcus. Elena, I mean it. Stay away from us. She hurried toward checkout, leaving her apples behind. I watched her go, counting the warning signs. Weight loss, bruises, paranoia, fatigue, everything Sarah had described. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. It's Sarah, found more files. Meet tonight? I typed back, same place. 8 p.m. Elena was already at the register, hands still shaking as she paid. I had to move fast, before those shaking hands became still ones, before she became another accident in Thomas's carefully crafted collection, before I lost her completely. Sarah was already waiting when I arrived at Murphy's, a thick manila envelope on the table. You look terrible, she said. I saw Elena today. How bad? Weight loss, bruises, shaking? Sarah closed her eyes. It's starting. Tell me everything. She opened the envelope, spread photos across the table. Meet the wives, she said. Catherine Walsh, 2015. Jennifer Torres, 2017. Maria Chen, 2019. Rebecca Winters, my sister, 2021. 4 women. All Elena's type. All dead. Police reports? Accidents. All of them. Sarah's voice was bitter. Catherine fell downstairs. Jennifer drowned in her bath. Maria had a gas leak. Then Rebecca's car crash. Jesus. Look at the insurance policies. I flipped through documents. Each wife had multiple policies, all naming Thomas as beneficiary. $2 million per wife, Sarah said. Plus properties, assets, everything transferred to him before each accident. How does he get away with it? He's patient, careful, creates paper trails of happy marriages. Gets friends to vouch for him. Always has alibis. The police never suspected? Different states. Different jurisdictions. No one connected the dots. Until Rebecca. She found old papers in his study, started digging. Sarah's hands shook. She was going to expose him. Then the crash. Perfect accident. Rainy night. No witnesses. Car burned beyond recognition. But you knew. She called me that night, said she had proof. Was coming to me. Sarah wiped her eyes. Never made it. I studied the photos. They all look like Elena. That's his type, mid-30s, professional, nurturing, usually with some past trauma he can exploit. Elena lost her father young. Perfect target. He finds women who understand grief. Uses it to manipulate them. How long does he usually wait? 8 months average. Gets them isolated, dependent. Then, she made a falling motion. Elena's been with him 3 months. Watch for signs. He'll start with small things. Food poisoning. Dizzy spells. She's already losing weight. Shaking. Stage 1. Next comes isolation. He'll cut her off from friends, family. How do we stop him? Sarah pulled out another file. These are Rebecca's original notes. Bank records. Phone logs. Everything she found. Why didn't you show police? Disappeared from my house the day after her funeral. Thomas had a key. But you kept copies. Hidden. He doesn't know. I flipped through pages, dates, times, account numbers. This is enough to raise questions. Not enough to convict. Sarah leaned forward. But maybe enough to wake Elena up. She won't believe me. Make her believe. She stopped. Before what? Before she ends up like Rebecca. Like all of them. My phone buzzed. A text from Elena. Please stop asking questions. We're happy. Let me go. I showed Sarah. He's watching her phone, she said. Every message. Every call. How do we reach her? Carefully. Very carefully. Sarah gathered the files. He's smart, Marcus. And dangerous. I'm not afraid of him. You should be. 4 women weren't enough. He won't stop. He'll stop with Elena. How? I took the files. By losing everything first, Sarah nodded. Be careful. He has friends everywhere. I'll be careful. But we both knew. Careful might not be enough. Not with a man who turned grief into an art form. Not with Elena's life hanging by a thread. Thomas's house was exactly what you'd expect. Perfect, polished, pristine, like a museum of manufactured grief. I used the key Sarah had copied from Rebecca's set, letting myself in at midnight. Thomas and Elena were at some charity event. 2 hours max. The alarm panel blinked. I punched in the code Sarah remembered, 4-2-1 Rebecca's birthday. Thomas's sick idea of sentiment. The house was dark, but I knew what I was looking for. Sarah had drawn me a map. 3rd drawer in his study, she'd said, behind the false back. That's where he keeps everything. The study smelled like leather and expensive cologne. Awards lined the walls. Family photos, all his dead wives, arranged perfectly. Elena's photo was already there. Recent. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. The desk drawer opened smoothly. Too smoothly. Everything in Thomas's world was well-oiled, well-maintained. I found the false back exactly where Sarah said. Inside, a leather portfolio. My hands shook as I opened it. Insurance policies. All dated within weeks of meeting Elena. Life insurance, $2 million. Accidental death, $1 million. Property transfer documents already signed. Elena's signature looked shaky. Different from her usual confident strokes. Sign these, sweetheart. Just in case anything happens. I could hear Thomas's voice. Smooth, caring, deadly. My phone buzzed. Sarah, they're leaving early. Get out. I started taking photos. Every document. Every signature. Every detail. A folder fell, spilling papers. As I grabbed them, something caught my eye. Medical records. Elena's blood work from last week. Elevated metal levels. Unexplained toxins. Doctor's notes. Patient presence with fatigue, dizziness, unexplained weight loss. He was already poisoning her. Another text. Now, Marcus. I shoved everything back, carefully realigning the drawer. Headlights swept the driveway. Shit. I heard their car doors. Elena's laugh, too high, too nervous. Thomas's voice. I'll just grab my wallet. Sweetheart. Footsteps on the porch. I slipped into the hall closet. Barely breathing. The front door opened. Such a lovely evening, Elena was saying. It was. Though you barely touched your food. I haven't been hungry lately. We should have the doctor adjust your vitamins, the vitamins he's using to poison you. I thought. Thomas's footsteps approached the study. Stopped. Something wrong? Elena called, a pause. No, darling. Everything's perfect, but his voice had changed, colder, sharper. I heard him enter the study. A drawer opening. My heart stopped. Thomas? Coming, sweetheart. The drawer closed. Footsteps retreated. Found it. Shall we go up? I'm so tired. Rest, my love. I'll bring your tea. Don't drink it, I silently begged. Please don't drink it. Their steps faded upstairs. I waited 5 minutes, then slipped out. Everything looked untouched. But I knew Thomas. He'd noticed something. A text lit up my phone as I drove away. Did you find it? I pulled over, sent Sarah the photos. Her reply came fast. This is it. This is what Rebecca found. He's poisoning her. Slowly, like the others. We have to stop him. We will, but carefully. He's watching her every move. I gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. Elena was upstairs right now, probably drinking poison disguised as care. Time was running out. I cornered Elena outside her office, clutching the folder of evidence. She looked worse, thinner, paler, dark circles under her eyes that makeup couldn't hide. Marcus, what are you doing here? We need to talk. I told you to leave us alone. Look at these first. I held out the folder. Please, she glanced around nervously. I can't. Thomas is picking me up. Thomas is killing you. Her head snapped up. What? The vitamins he gives you? They're poison. Look at your symptoms, Elena. The weight loss, the fatigue. Stop it. Your blood work shows elevated metal levels. Here. I pulled out the lab report. Look, she pushed it away. You broke into our house? To save your life. You're insane. 4 wives, Elena, all dead. All looking just like you. Thomas lost his wife in an accident. Rebecca? Ask her sister Sarah. She found the same evidence. The night Rebecca died, she was running from him. Elena's hands shook. You're lying. Insurance policies. I showed her the photos. All taken out weeks after meeting you. 2 million if you die, Elena. Just like the others. Stop. Catherine fell downstairs. Jennifer drowned. Maria had a gas leak. Rebecca's car crashed. I said stop! She backed away. Thomas warned me about this. About what? That you'd try to poison me against him. That you couldn't let go. Elena, please. He said you'd make up lies. Try to destroy our happiness. They're not lies. Look at the evidence. Evidence you fabricated. A sleek black car pulled up. Thomas stepped out. Everything okay, sweetheart? Elena ran to him. Marcus is harassing me, showing me fake documents. Thomas's eyes met mine. Cold, calculating. Now, Marcus, he said softly, this needs to stop. Show her your study drawer, Thomas. The false back. The files. What files? His smile never wavered. The ones detailing how you murdered 4 wives. Elena pressed against Thomas. See? He's delusional. Sweetheart, Thomas stroked her hair. Perhaps it's time for that restraining order we discussed. You son of a bitch. I stepped forward. You're poisoning her right in front of everyone. Elena? Thomas's voice dripped concern. Call security, darling. She pulled out her phone. Elena, wait. Stay away from us, Marcus. Her voice shook. I mean it. Next time I'm calling the police. Thomas guided her into the car. Just before closing her door, he smiled at me. Not his usual practiced grief smile. Something colder, triumphant. They drove away, leaving me with a folder full of useless truth. My phone buzzed. Sarah? She didn't believe you? He's got her completely convinced. Rebecca was the same, until she found proof herself. Elena won't live that long. Then we make her see. Tonight. How? I have a plan, but it's dangerous. I watched the black car disappear around the corner, taking Elena toward her carefully planned death. I'm in, I typed. Whatever it takes. Because the next time I saw Elena, she'd either believe me or she'd be dead. He likes to watch them die slowly. Karen Mitchell sat across from me in a dingy diner off Highway 16. She'd been Catherine's best friend, Thomas's first wife. Tell me everything, I said. She lit a cigarette, hands trembling. It starts with vitamins, special supplements he insists they take, then tea before bed. Always made with love, she laughed bitterly. The love is arsenic. How long? 6 months, usually. He's patient, methodical. By month 4, they're too weak to fight back. Sarah leaned forward. What happened to Catherine? Really? The stairs? That was after. She was already dying. Karen's eyes went distant. I tried to warn her. She wouldn't listen. Said I was jealous of their perfect love. Like Elena, I muttered. They all say that. He's got a way of making them dependent. Emotionally, physically? How did you know? I'm a nurse. I saw the symptoms. But Catherine wouldn't let me run tests. Said Thomas would be hurt that I didn't trust him. My phone buzzed. A text from Elena. Please stop. You're ruining everything. I showed Karen. That's not her texting, she said. That's him. He takes their phones early. Controls all communication. Elena's already weak, Sarah added. Shaking, losing weight. Karen nodded. Month 3. Right on schedule. How do we prove it? You don't. That's his genius. The poison is slow, untraceable. By the time they die, it looks natural. Or like an accident. There has to be a way. Karen hesitated. There might be. But it's dangerous. Tell me. He keeps trophies. Little things from each wife. Hidden in a safe behind his bedroom mirror? What kind of things? Wedding rings, photos, the actual death certificates. And she swallowed. Videos. Videos? He films them. The slow decline. The accidents, everything. My stomach turned. Why? Power, control, he likes to watch them later. Jesus. Catherine found them. That's why she really died. Not the stairs. She confronted him with the videos. Where's the safe? Master bedroom? Behind the Victorian mirror? Combination is Rebecca's death date. Sarah grabbed my arm. Marcus, no. It's too dangerous. Elena's dying. Right now. He'll kill you if he catches you. He'll kill her if I don't try. Karen crushed her cigarette. There's something else. Something worse. What? He's accelerating. Rebecca lasted 6 months. Elena's showing month 5 symptoms in month 3. Why? The police are sniffing around Rebecca's case. He's getting nervous. Wants to finish this one clean, then disappear. My phone buzzed again. A photo from Sarah's police contact, Elena being helped into an ambulance. It's starting, Karen whispered. The final stage, I stood up. Where would he take her? The lake house. That's where he likes to finish things. Address? She wrote it down. Be careful. He's strongest when he's cornered. I grabbed my keys. Marcus? Karen called. If you find those videos, make copies. For all of us. I nodded. For Catherine. For Jennifer. For Maria and Rebecca. For Elena. Time to end Thomas's perfect performance. The call came at midnight. Mr. Reed? Your wife. Ex-wife. She's been admitted to Lakeview Hospital. My hands gripped the steering wheel. What happened? Severe disorientation. Possible poisoning. Mr. Ashford brought her in. Got you, you bastard. Is she conscious? Barely. She's asking for you. I was already speeding toward the hospital. Sarah's voice echoed in my head. The hospital is where he starts it. Makes them look sick enough that no one questions the accident. Rain pounded the windshield. Perfect accident weather. My phone rang. Thomas. She's asking for you, he said, voice thick with fake concern. I'm coming. Hurry. She's not well. Click. I called Sarah. He's making his move, I said. The lake house? First the hospital. Build the paper trail. Police are on standby. We need proof, Marcus. I know. Elena's room was dark when I arrived. Thomas sat beside her bed, holding her limp hand. Marcus. Elena's voice was weak. I'm sorry. Shh, sweetheart. Thomas stroked her hair. Save your strength. I watched his hands. The same hands that killed 4 women. What happened? I asked. She collapsed. Doctor says exhaustion, but... He choked up perfectly. I'm worried. I bet you are. His eyes flickered. What does that mean? Where are her test results? They're running them now. Elena stirred. Thomas? I feel strange. It's the medication, darling. I stepped closer. What medication? The doctor prescribed. Which doctor? His jaw tightened. Perhaps you should go. No. I pulled out my phone. Perhaps we should check what's really in her IV. Elena's eyes fluttered. Marcus, Thomas stood. She needs rest. She needs to live. We stared at each other. No more pretense! Security! Thomas called softly. Police! I countered. His smile turned cold. They never believe the ex-husband. They believe evidence. What evidence? The videos, Thomas. In your safe. Something dangerous flashed in his eyes. Elena's monitor started beeping. Nurse! Thomas yelled, but I saw his hand on her IV line. I lunged for him. She flatlined, and all hell broke loose. They revived Elena. I watched through glass as doctors worked, pushing Thomas's poison out of her system. He was gone, slipped away in the chaos. But I knew where he was going. Sarah called. Police found the safe. Videos, documents, everything. He'll have copies. At the lake house. That's where he's headed. Marcus, be careful. He's most dangerous now. I was counting on it. The lake house sat dark against darker water. Rain made the world liquid, uncertain. Thomas's car was already there. Inside, I heard him moving, packing, running. I entered silently through the back door Sarah had told me about. It's where Rebecca tried to escape. Thomas stood at his desk, feeding papers into a shredder. A gun lay beside him. Destroying evidence? I asked. He didn't jump. Didn't turn. I wondered when you'd show up. Had to make sure Elena was safe first. She was safe with me. Like Rebecca was safe? Catherine? Jennifer? Maria? He turned slowly. You have no proof. The police found your safe. Copies. Planted by a jealous ex-husband. The videos aren't copies, Thomas. His hand twitched toward the gun. You enjoyed filming them, I said, watching them get weaker. Die slowly. You don't understand. Help me understand. Was it the money? The thrill? The perfection? His voice changed, became real. They had to die perfectly. Each death a masterpiece. And Elena? She would have been beautiful, tragic. The grieving counselor, finally at peace. You're insane. He smiled. I'm an artist! His hand grabbed the gun. I was faster. The taser Sarah gave me hit him square in the chest. He dropped, convulsing. That's for Rebecca, I said. I zip-tied his hands. Picked up his gun. The police are coming, he gasped. No, they're busy at the hospital. With Elena. Fear flickered in his eyes. Real fear, what are you doing? I pulled out a small bottle. Giving you a taste of your own art. You can't. Your special vitamin blend. The one you gave all your wives. I knelt beside him. Karen helped me get the formula just right. Please. That's what they said, didn't they? When they realized? When the poison started burning? I forced the liquid down his throat. He choked, sputtered. Now we wait, I said. Should take about 30 minutes. Plenty of time to plan your accident. You'll never get away with it? 5 grieving widowers disappeared in a boating accident. Tragic. Poetic. His eyes widened as the poison hit. The videos, he whispered, will show exactly what you did. To all of them, he started shaking. Just like Elena, like all of them, you're just like me. No, I stood up. I'm just finishing what Rebecca started. I left him there, convulsing, walked to his car, disabled the brake line, pointed it toward the lake. The police would find it tomorrow. Another tragic accident. 3 months later, I sat beside Elena's hospital bed. She was stronger now. Healing. The police called, she said. They're closing Thomas's case. Accident, they said. She nodded. Like all the others? You believe that? She looked at me. Really looked? I believe justice comes in many forms. I took her hand. It didn't shake anymore. I'm sorry, she whispered, for not believing you. You believed him. That's what he did. What he was good at. Until someone stopped him. Our eyes met. Some things are better left unsaid. The videos helped the other families, she said. Gave them closure. Good. She squeezed my hand. Will you stay? She asked.
Just
Sit with me? I nodded. Outside, rain fell on dark water. Somewhere beneath that water, Thomas's car held its secrets. But here, in this quiet room, Elena was alive, healing, and for now, that was justice enough.